Hi there guys, welcome back. So Ireland get their win, 19-12. No bonus point for Ireland, 1 bonus point for Scotland. But Scotland will leave ruining chances missed, especially Hogg dropping the ball over the line. Unbelievable. But Ireland did what they needed to do. They dug in, they got some good turnovers, some big D when needed, and then they converted when they had chance to get points. And at the beginning it was all Scotland, and they earned a penalty 3-0 up. Good start for Scotland, and their attack looked good throughout. It's just whenever they came within 5 metres of the line, they essentially melted. And Ireland came in with great turnovers. Doris going off injured at the beginning, massive loss for Ireland. He was looking good already, such a shame. But Amani came on, did a job, got some turnovers, does what he does. Lama's trying to use his feet. You can see him trying to counter-attack at any point. And it's interesting, the first try for Ireland, it looked like a standard Irish attacking build-up, going through phases, one-out runners, and then they make their variation, which you hadn't seen before. A lovely decoy miss behind, putting Sexton flat over the line, not your most obvious runner. 3-7, so they're straight back in the lead with that lovely variation. But Scotland forwards win scrum penalties, and they won a few scrum penalties in this game, and they level up, or don't quite level up, but get it close. 6-7. It's a good game. Both sides are addressing their weaknesses, I thought, from last year. Scotland were fronting up front, and Ireland were looking to get some variation, so I was thinking, okay, game on. But Scotland's maul was getting spoiled by Ireland a bit. Good forwards from both sides, good forward tussle from both sides. I thought they were really going at it. Scotland of 23 minutes, nice flowing attack from Scotland, and then a turnover from Ireland, which has been Scotland's Achilles heel, and it happened again. Some good runs from Stander in the game for sure. Ireland definitely moving that ball a little bit more for sure. Occasionally it got them in troubles, which it will do, but you could see them with a little bit more ambition. But Scotland's attack looked great, like I said. They missed a penalty, which is unfortunate. They could have come back, they could have gone in the lead. But then, nice little move from Ireland, short 22 dropout, nice break from Stockdale, ball movement, out wide. Ireland win the penalty. They could have got more if Ryan had done a nice draw and give, which he hasn't quite got in his locker yet. But they get the penalty and they go further ahead, 10-6. Now Hastings, little note here, had a mixed bag to be honest. Some of his passing is brilliant. Some of his kicking out of hand is excellent, but he is lightweight in attack. He will get held up, he will get turned over, and his tackling is poor. He goes high, he goes loose. He just needs to go around the legs and drop them. They did miss Russell. Should Duncan Weir have come straight in? So Hastings 50-50, let me know should he stay. I'm sure they'll stick with him. He looked a bit nervous as well. But anyway, on 38 minutes, nice Irish break, but then there was an intercept from Johnson. Scotland going back down the other end, but then another Irish turnover again and again. Whenever Scotland had good chances, that happened. Half time was 10-6, it was a good game. Scotland attack looked good until it came to converting. Ireland clearly moving the ball more. But it was exciting, it was in the balance there. In the second half, I thought Ireland started with a bit more energy. 10 metres out, good, strong D. They get a penalty, even though it was good D from Scotland, get a penalty 13-6, starting to stretch away. But Scotland are winning scrum penalties again. And then that ambition I mentioned from Lama did come back to bite them a bit when they tried to launch a counter-attack from right on their own line. They stepped into touch, gave a really good position for Scotland. They get to 5 metres out again, and Hogg is clean in on the left. Just literally 1 metre out, he steps over the line and goes completely lackadaisical, drops the ball over the line, placing it. Either dive or concentrate on placing the ball. This is the most important point of the match. It's just absolutely bonkers. There was another silly penalty towards the end from Johnson as well. They desperately, as much as Ireland were fighting for this match, Scotland were just trying to throw it away. Again, what an error. And then Ireland get a penalty, poor tackle from Hastings, like I mentioned before. 16-9, it's looking tricky. Ireland are kind of making a bit of a mess of the line-out. Scotland are looking good in the scrum. Henshaw comes on, looks energetic, but Aki did pretty well, so I don't think he'll displace him. Watson's being an absolute pain in the arse. What a player he is for Scotland. Ritchie as well. They're class acts. But Ireland look on top. They're sitting on this score. Just 7 points ahead though. So not a lot in it. On 64, Scotland get to choose to go points or the corner. They sensibly choose the points. It goes to 16-12. But then it goes into a phase where Ireland are actually sensibly closing out this game. Cooney's on, playing very well, putting in some great kicks, quick passes. And then they put up a big bomb, silly obstruction from Johnson, get a penalty, back to 7 points, 19-12. So it doesn't look like they're going to lose the game, but can Scotland get the draw? And indeed, they do have a chance. Hastings, with one of his skills, one of his strengths, puts a nice flat pass in. Big break from McAnally, but then another huge set of D from Ireland. Get the turnover. Story of the game. Scotland do get one more chance, but knock it on. So there's the game, 19-12. Ireland no bonus points. Scotland do come away with something, and they'll go away also thinking they could have had something more. But that's Scotland. That's how they've been. What is it? What is their problem? They did front up more. I thought they looked beefier. They looked stronger, especially that scrum. But they still lost. Hogg is just going to have a nightmare. He's just not going to sleep. You're not going to drop him, obviously. And he's the captain. Ireland did enough signs in attack, like I mentioned, and they showed dog and heart at home. They got the win, which is what they wanted, but they will have to be better. Players I might include next time for Scotland, well, I think Hastings has to be up in the debate. Do you put Weir in? Can you get Russell back? That's a bit weird. He looks a little bit of a liability at times, to be honest. Apart from that, not too many changes, to be honest. Maybe look to bring Hutchinson in at 13. So maybe those 2 changes. And for Ireland, well, I think Cooney has to play. Cooney's just a better player than Murray. Murray wasn't terrible, but Cooney's better at kicking, passing and running. Everything. Murray's got more experience, but you're not going to get experience without playing. So I think just Cooney's got to play. I don't think he will though. Anyway guys, let me know what you think on those games, and I'll see you next time. Hi guys, welcome back to, there you have it, Wales. Big win against Italy, 42-0, bonus point win. Wales will be very, very happy. PVAC will be very happy with that first game in the Six Nations. And it was a walk in the park, essentially. We're going to go through the game, pick up some key points and also some general thoughts of the game. But I really want to know what you guys thought of the game as well. So, at 3-0, Wales were looking easy. Bigger slotting penalties, bigger kick well all game. He passed well all game. He had a great game, to be fair. Look, Italy were poor. We'll come to that. But Wales did play well. Bigger as well. Really good. Now, Italy clearly came to play. They wanted to play rugby, but they played a 2-10 system, but they're just not good enough. Canner at 12 was just not good enough at international level. They want to try and move the ball, but it was a bit lateral. Wales tended to read it. They made some half breaks. Minozzi, especially, very dangerous, but they couldn't, actually turn anything into points, and Wales were very much sharper on the turnover. All game, Wales are much sharper in the breakdown, especially the 2 stars for me, Wainwright and, of course, Tipperick. Just class all round. A few new guys in there. McNichol, skills look very solid. Looks, made for international rugby. He'll be unlucky if he misses out on a place next week, which he might if Liam Williams comes back in. But it went to 6-0 really easily, then 9-0 from a silly trip, and Wales were looking super sharp. It was quite easy. They weren't pushing a lot too early. They weren't really trying too much in attack, and they didn't need to. Just sharp, just crisp. Italy couldn't stop it, gave away penalties. It was 9-0 in no time after about 15 minutes. Italy are, trying to contribute to the game, but really can't. And on 18 minutes is the first try from Josh Adams. He was great all game, just picking up from where he's been in the World Cup and the Six Nations before. He's Wales' #1 winger at the moment, which is impressive. What a rise for him. Great finish, good ball movement. I think it was winging out to the left, nice and crisp. Wales look classy. Parks, he's not the greatest runner, but his kicking and his passing was on point today. Biggest passing was good. Halfpenny's link play was good. Really good kick chase regather from Halfpenny. That was quite interesting. And in general, Italy's kicking game was just appalling. From hand, it was shocking. Canna made some shockers. So whenever they tried to clear their lines, often they were giving it back to Wales as well. But Wales are in the groove. At this point, 28 minutes into the first half, they're turning down easy points because they know they've got this game already, really. Kicking to the corner. Brilliant try from, bigger, between the legs pass. Every fly half, every player wants to make that pass. The old Brian O'Driscoll between the legs. Brilliant pass, great finish, Adams. And a fantastic conversion as well, 21-0. Just quality. Welsh fans, you'll have enjoyed that, I'm sure. And just shortly after that, Thomas Williams, who looked sharp all game, charges down a kick and then just rushes the regather in the air, fumbles an easy try, but he had a good game apart from that. Yeah, they're turning down more penalty kicks at goal for kicks to the corner. It's the right call. They don't score on 37 minutes that was. So half-time, 21-0. Wales are cruising, looking to be heading towards the bonus point. Like I said, Italy are positive, but they've got no muscle apart from Pellegrini. They're trying, but they've just got no muscle. Definitely none out wide. Their wingers are poor, ineffective. Looking poor. The only bad thing for Wales, I would say, is North is looking well out of place. He's making mistakes. He made a bad defensive read in the first half. He had a good flat ball to the line, 5 metres out, took his eyes off it, bounced off him. And he did carry on a little bit in the second half. In the second half, when they moved him out wider and brought Tompkins on, it was just so much better. I hate to say I told you so, but, in the team I picked, I 100% had Tompkins at 13. So it was just obvious. Anyway, whatever. Tipperick and Wainwright looking great. Wales just hunting that bonus point. Another little question mark for Wales. Not convinced their starting props, Lewis and Jones. Are they that dynamic around the pitch? Not so sure. Let me know what you think. But anyway, on 47 minutes, North kind of goes through the full hat-trick of mistakes, really. Smashes a 2-metre pass into Adams, who fumbles it. He's just not a centre. He looks so much more relaxed when they moved him out wide. Italy having to go for scrums, not easy point to this point, but again they can't get over the line. Turnovers. They try to go to the maul quite a few times, Italy, and it's simply men against boys. They cannot get anywhere. They even chuck in their backs and they can't get anywhere. The Welsh forwards just so dominant, just much better players really. Then there's 28-0, great try. Tompkins, so I think it was Hill makes the break. Then Tompkins with a lovely step off his left, I think. Great finish. What a great way to introduce yourself into international rugby. I think he's going to be a big player for Wales this Six Nations for sure. Then North gets a try that this then actually chalked off. Tompkins with a nice draw and give again, putting North in. Just shows you that's the way round you should use your players. The skill inside, the finisher outside. Don't know why did they start North at 13. It was really silly. We know Tompkins is a great 13, but hopefully that lesson is learnt now. Try and stop banging on about it, but I might. The bonus point goes begging at that point, so stays at 28-0. Tompkins, some nice touches and some equally awful touches from the likes of Canna as well. And then they do get their try and the bonus point. North muscles his way over nicely, which is what North does, is what he's good at. Bonus point win, job done, 35-0. And to put icing on the cake, cracking line from Adams, just a smash over the line, get his hat-trick. Great conversion, 42-0, job done. Class performance from Wales against a very poor Italy. Italy have Minozzi and Pellegrini and nothing else of international quality, unless they say to Parise, just come back and play every match now, because just It's just one of the poorest Italy teams in the Six Nations I've seen. Their intent is fine, the coaching looks fine, it's just they do not have the players. It is that simple. Wales, great start, bonus point, and they nilled Italy, which is what you want at home. Corey Hill should start, I believe. Tompkins should start at 13, who are the guys I had in my starting team before the match. Hate to say I told you so again, but they look pretty clear to me. If Liam Williams is fit, he comes back into the back three. Someone misses out, which is probably going to be McNichol, I would say, dropping to the bench. Or maybe McNichol goes completely and North goes to the bench. Let me know what you think there. You obviously can't drop Adams. I thought Halfpenny was solid. Apart from that, keep the team as is. Wales fans, you should be really happy with that. Let me know what you think. Would you make the changes I would make? And I bet you're looking forward to the next game.